Live. We are live. Let me post the link for the people on Twitter. I want to cook a little bit now that the buys are out. Like I said in my video, I was privy to the number before it was actually published by Lance Pugmire. And the number did in fact live up to my estimation of what the pay-per-view would do, because I'm a boxing fan. I'm a consumer. And I'm just off of that alone, I'm going to have a good idea of what something is going to do just off of being a consumer. What's goody at Paraguay? What's goody Jay? Just off of being a consumer, I'm going to have a good idea. What's goody Midwest? Of what moves the needle and what doesn't. And what's happening now is, it's not even happening now. It's actually been going on for the last year and a half to 2 years or so. There are content creators and a small section of boxing fans that are too small to make a dent in the real world, too small to make a dent. They want to hoodwink and gaslight the online boxing fans and that online community into thinking that Canelo Alvarez's marquee value isn't what it actually is. You'll notice that there were videos as far back as 2 years ago saying that Errol Spence was going to take over Canelo as the face of boxing and Gervonta Davis was going to take over as the face of boxing. Videos as far back as 2 years ago, and to date, neither one of those fighters have overtaken Canelo Alvarez in terms of drawing power in this country. And that is because Canelo, like every cash cow before him, is meeting a demand, a real demand. There are people out there that want to see champions versus champions, fighters that can climb in weight, fighters that can fight in interesting fights. There are a lot of content creators that spent a lot of time trying to tell people that, Dimitri Bivol wasn't interesting, or that no one was interested in this past weekend's fight. And based on the turnout for the weigh-in, the turnout for the actual fight, the people that were there for the main event, the announced attendance was 19,500 people, where you had bozos and liars and bullshitters and hoodwinkers and grifters online trying to convince me and you nobody wants to see this. Then why the fuck are there 19,000 people there if nobody wants to see this? Why did all these people come to this weigh-in? The numbers come out and they proceed to play the same game because they think as long as they're saying something, they're actually saying something like, oh, I see. You think that you can out-stubborn people because that's what you're being at this point. You're just being stubborn. Canelo Alvarez always goes out there and does numbers. Anybody with two functioning fucking brain cells can see that. He's going to go out there and do his numbers. You're going to do the same ritual that you do ahead of every Canelo fight. Oh, there's no buzz. Oh, nobody wants to see this. And then all the fucking people show up and you get quiet and go into hiding, and then you repeat the process once his next fight is in. Oh, there's no buzz for this. Nobody wants to see. No buzz. There's 19,500 fucking people there, bro. What are you talking about? It was goody Yogi, was goody Eson, was goody Tone. It's just what's happening now is they believe that as long as they're stubborn enough and repeat something enough, that other people will start to believe it. And the only people that end up believing it are people that are as stupid as they are, because you would have to be stupid to still be doing this. By every quantifiable metric that I would use to gauge what a fight is going to do, I saw, this is going to be a commercial success. Why wouldn't it be? Canelo Alvarez sold 800,000 pay-per-view buys with an unheralded guy that had a belt. And people still want to pretend that, oh, it was because Caleb. Oh, no, it was because Schultz. Oh, it was because of everything but Canelo, right? Because that's what makes sense in your brain. It wasn't because Canelo just has a lot of fucking people that buy his shit. No, it was because of Caleb, bro. No, it was because of Al Heyman's promotion. Well, if it was because of Al Heyman's promotion, how many of Al Heyman's guys are selling what Canelo sells? Just out of curiosity. Oh, it was because of Showtime. Oh, okay. Well, how many of the guys that fight on Showtime are doing what Canelo does? How many? Out of curiosity. The answers are there. It's simple. The writing is on the wall, but there are always going to be people that persist because they believe. They believe that as long as they keep saying something, as long as they act childish enough and infantile enough and stupid enough, hopefully someone will believe them. Well, I can't say I'm not surprised. You know, do you see PBC lasting long time? I don't know. I don't know. Their situation really isn't great. They seem to be on the outs with one of their network broadcast partners in Fox. Showtime doesn't seem to have that much of a budget. They haven't had a really big fight yet. They're still trying to make one in Crawford versus Spence. And like I said, I love the fight. It's a great fight, but I don't know that fight does more than 400,000 buys or 450,000 buys. I don't, just being completely honest, because you can't spend 4 years doing what they've been doing. You can't spend 4 years doing that and hope to turn over a super fight, a huge profit. That's not the way it works. So it's hard to say, it's hard to say. You haven't heard Tank is as much. Yeah, right. Like, it's like, fam, you over the moon that Tank sells a little over 200,000 buys. You're over the moon when it comes to that mediocrity. The thing with Leonard and Stefan is an ego thing. It really is that simple. It's an ego thing, bro. You got a dude come over here, he getting this money, he doing all this shit, and you just a fucking hater. Like, it's not some complex psychological, you just a fucking hater, fam. You trying to convince the world that Canelo can't sell, but your fucking fighter can? You trying to convince the world that Eddie Hearn can't promote. My dude, you have one fighter. You do like 2 shows a year. What the fuck? What other shows you be doing besides them Gervonta Davis shows? What other shows? Oh, we breaking records. My God, you talking about the Barclays Center. Them dudes broke the pay-per-view record in their country. You talking about the Barclays Center. You local than a motherfucker. Espinoza Twitter beefs are as whack as his fights for Showtime. It's like, fam, like, what the fuck are we talking about here, man? Stefan Espinoza, like, really, fam? You the only network executive. You don't see Joe Markowski. You don't see Bill Wenger. You don't see anybody from ESPN. You don't see none of these people doing this shit that you be doing. That's how you tell the world that you rattled, that you even having this argument. Because if you know better, you ain't got to try to prove it to nobody. You don't have to do that. You sitting there having arguments, debating about what the Zone's real numbers are when you don't even want to tell people what your numbers are for them Davis fights. You don't do press releases for pay-per-views. So how the fuck you look sitting there worrying about them when you won't even tell people what your box office fights are doing? The shit don't make no sense. Yo, look, Dirk, I'm sorry to tell you this, bro, but you are one of the stupid people I'm talking about. I'm sorry. If you think it flopped, you too fucking dumb for me to talk to you, bro. There's nothing I could do. I got the goddamn number before Lance published it. I got the goddamn number. That's how I knew that shit was fugazi as fuck. I said it on here live. I heard it did around 9. The night of, when we had Steve Kim on here. Go back. I said, I've been told it did around 9. That's what I've been told. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all stupid motherfuckers gotta just find a way to live with yourself. That the fighters you like, don't nobody like them but you, motherfucker. You over here hyping up motherfuckers that don't even be goddamn fighting. What the fuck are you hyping up? Motherfuckers is hyping up some Benavidez for Lemieux. Y'all didn't give Golovkin credit when he beat Lemieux, but we supposed to give Benavidez credit when he do it. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of my face with your dumb ass shit, bro. I told y'all motherfuckers for weeks that shit is gonna do between 7 and 9. So when it come back and they say it did 850, you want to keep arguing, bro. Argue with your girl, argue with your mom, your landlord, or your superintendent. Don't argue with me. I told y'all for weeks. This motherfucker's gonna do between 7 and 9. All that shit is on camera. All that shit. I don't act brand new. It's not a liar in me. Everything I said is on camera. This motherfucker's gonna do between 7 and 9. Got time to be arguing stupid ass shit with y'all when you should fucking know better? You sitting there telling yourself nobody want to see this, and you don't have the foresight to ask yourself, why are there thousands of people at the weigh-in if nobody want to see this shit? Why are 19,000 people at the fight if it flopped? If it flopped, it should be a little bit more empty in here. Y'all motherfuckers is dumb, man. And I'm tired of dumb people trying to talk to me. Talk to other people like you. Don't talk to me. I'm not going to learn nothing talking to you. That's why I don't like to do the whole arguing shit. Like, fam, you can believe whatever you like because that is your prerogative. But you're here trying to convince me. I'm not going to you trying to tell you shit. I don't give a fuck what you believe. I fucking told motherfuckers for weeks, this motherfucker's gonna do between 7 and 9. I said the number here live the night before Lance Pugmire broke the story. I said it here live. I've been told that shit did 9 or around 9. And I'm not gonna believe shit you say or shit you believe over shit that I know. Y'all motherfuckers y'all get too hung up on y'all beliefs. I gotta tell you a jewel, right? Here's a jewel. The rest of the world, no matter what you believe, the rest of the world don't fucking care. And you don't know more about it than me, and you don't know more about it than them. You just don't want to believe it. All right, I'm going to put the link for Dirk so that Dirk could come tell me how he knows more about that shit than Eddie Hearn. Nobody else click the link, please. I don't want 10 people backstage. The link is for Dirk. And you could come tell me how you know more about what the fight did than the people that did the fight. Or you're going to come out and tell me, oh, Eddie's lying, as opposed to Leonard, who be telling the truth, or Stefan, who be telling the truth. I can't wait. Because I already know everything this man is going to tell me, and none of that shit is going to make the least bit of difference. There is no way on earth you know more about their pay-per-view than them. Go ahead, Dirk. Make it make sense, bro.
All right. So based on the payout that they gave Canelo and Triple G, they did not make their money back. That's why it's a flop. Now, if you want to compare it to regular pay-per-views these other fighters are making, obviously Canelo did more than we expected.
Let me address what you said before you jump to 10 different talking points. I can only address one at a time.
All right.
First off, if you sell 800,000 pay-per-view buys, whether it's at $64 as a price point or $80 as a price point, because they've confirmed their own number, right? They have confirmed their own number. Showtime doesn't do that. Fox doesn't do that. Even ESPN doesn't do that. But they do that because they're their own network, right? They confirmed their own number, 850,000 in the U.S. 850,000 in the U.S. at either $64 or $84 more than covers a $65 million guarantee.
Okay. But IQ, why is it even a surprise that it probably didn't do that good? Did you feel any buzz for this fight?
Bro, you just asked me if it didn't do that good, and they just said it did 800,000 buys.
Well, I
in
feel like
America.
there's a whole bunch of numbers being thrown around by people who
It's
have
not a whole.
certain.
All right, now, bro. There's not a whole bunch of numbers. There's two sets of numbers. One came from the people that actually did the show, and one came from a journalist. Do you think that the journalist knows more about the show than they do?
Well, why would this show? Why would the people who basically made this show put out bad numbers? If it was bad, they probably wouldn't pull out at all.
Well,
Or
you all right?
they could.
All right, then let me put it to you another way. You can't do a press release and lie. I don't know if you know that. You can't do a press release and say, well, this is what we did. You know that if you want to check what it did at the gate, that's a matter of public information. When they say it did 22 million, which is what I said before, Lance, I said all this, 22 million at the gate. That's a matter of public record. You believe that you know more about their pay-per-view than they do.
Well, IQ, you can't argue that Caleb Canelo was more than this fight.
800,000 is more than 850,000?
I don't believe those numbers.
What you believe is
There's
between
no
you and all right, and Dirk, let me stop you right here. Dirk, what you believe is between you and God, not me. I don't believe shit you believe more than I believe their press release. I believe them, not you. You didn't do the pay-per-view. They did.
Okay, you put out there whatever they want to make themselves look good. This on YouTube alone. Look at the views that the highlights have. They're not doing no. Nobody cared about.
All right, so let me
Did you pay for this fight?
Yep.
You happy with the product you saw?
Yep, and I'd buy it again.
Oh, come on.
Did you pay for this fight? Because I could show my receipt.
Sir, I did not pay for the fight because I didn't want to
watch.
What
are you worried about it? But then what are you worried about it for? You didn't even buy it.
Because to me, people make up stuff and say, "Oh, it was performance by Canelo." But we expected him to play washed up. There's no buzz for this fight. We want to see him fight Benavidez.
Okay, now let me put it to you this way, bro. All right. If there's no buzz for this fight, answer this question. Why did dozens of people show up to the weigh-in?
Because Canelo has a built-in fan base. It's like Eminem. If he drops a horrible album, people are still gonna buy that garbage.
Okay, so wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. So you saying it could be horrible, but people will still buy it. But you don't believe people bought this fight, even though DAZN told you how many people bought this fight.
Knowing the Canelo.
Your mic is going in and out. Move to a part of your house where the signal is stronger. You still there? All right, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Raphael.
Your mic is still going in and out.
Step out and
oh man, I don't know what's up with everybody. Wi-Fi. Candace, what's popping?
Oh, not much.
Shelton, what's rocking, bro?
Jules, my man, good to talk to you again. What's going on?
Always good to have you on, Shelton. We in the same age group, more or less, and it's just, you know, I'm talking to Dirk, right? And what Dirk wants me to do is to believe him over DAZN. And I'm just wondering, does Dirk know something that DAZN don't know about their show?
I would think not.
Candace, help me out, man. Help me out, Candace. I'm old, man. Like, I don't got a lot of patience for a lot of this shit.
I don't either. So, I mean, but hey.
But why would they do like worldwide numbers instead of just USA?
They told you what it did in the USA.
What was the USA numbers?
You missed it, even though I just said it 2 times.
Even though Dan Raphael said it was like what 550 to 575?
75, yeah, something like that.
25. Yeah, that's a flop.
Now
575?
No,
Is
no,
it
no,
Yes.
that?
no, no. Hold on, one at a time.
The two? Wait,
One at a
stop.
time. No,
Hold
no,
on,
one at a
wait.
time. Everybody
Wait,
stop.
my hair.
Everybody stop. Everybody stop.
Yeah,
Everybody stop.
I'm gonna stop.
All right. Now, the official number per DAZN's press release in America, not world, in America, per their own press release, is 850,000. Okay? Got it? That's the official number.
Okay.
Now, if you think that Dan Raphael knows more about it than them, that is between you and God.
Do you think it's impossible for a company like that to lie about those numbers?
I think it's more possible that Dan got fed bad intel, and that's what ended up coming out. They're like, bro, you don't know what you're talking about. Because I got the number, and I was live when I said the number. I said, I've been told it did around 900. I even said it on Twitter the morning of, before Lance broke the story. My guy gave me the number. My guy gave me the gate. That's what ended up getting announced. Now, you're trying to convince me that thousands of people will show up to a fight that nobody wants to see. That 19,000 people, 19,500 people bought tickets to a fight that nobody wanted to see, then why they bought a ticket?
Well, yeah, like I said, Canelo has a built-in fan base. Like, he's gonna have people come see his fights no matter what, who he's
But
fighting.
he's not going to have people buy his fight at home when it's cheaper to watch it at home than it is to be there. You know how much the average ticket costed? Can I tell you if you don't know?
No, I don't know.
The average ticket and the cheapest tickets sold out the fastest. The cheapest tickets were the $500 nosebleed joints. The range of tickets after a while was just between 1,000 and 5,000. They sold 19,500 tickets. But you telling me nobody wanted to see that fight. You didn't want to see that fight. You didn't buy it, right? That's what you said, right?
Okay, so when you ask a majority of fans,
What's
would
the
you rather
majority of fight fans, bro?
everybody?
Who's
By everybody.
You spoke to everybody?
No, let's be. If you ask, not connect, and you are,
Bro, what's with your Wi-Fi? Because you keep going in and out.
let me try 5G.
If I ask somebody in that crowd of people that showed up, you gonna buy this fight? They either gonna tell me that they're gonna be there, or they're gonna order the pay-per-view. The truth, because I'm old, I don't have time to waste. You haven't spoken to the majority of anything.
Okay. Let's not even talk about Canelo fans. Then let's talk about the people in the middle who are not Canelo fans.
You haven't talked to the people in the middle. You probably talked to 20 people online.
IQ. People would rather see Benavidez than Triple G. That's a fact.
I mean,
Says who?
Non-Canelo fanboys.
You know what the funniest thing about your argument? You acting like I'm against him fighting Benavidez.
I don't know if you are or not, but I'm saying a lot of Canelo fanboys want to pretend like he's some kind of.
But you assuming everything you telling me is based on how you feel, and I said it before you jumped on. I'm sorry to tell you this, but the world don't care how you feel. You didn't buy the fight, right? But I did.
Well, the world is not all Canelo fans, so.
But don't he have more fans than the fighters you like?
Yeah, that's okay. He's not better than them, so it don't matter.
I don't care, bro. I don't care who you think is better. I'm asking you about facts. I don't care about how you feel. I'm sticking to the facts. Who has more fans? Canelo or David Benavidez?
Good for him. What that got to do about it?
I didn't ask, bro. Once again, these is facts. And this is the problem a lot of you guys got. You can't get over the fact that most people don't care what you think. That's what you can't get over. You sitting here telling me about how you felt and I don't believe, bro, I don't give a shit about none of that. That don't got nothing to do with me. Where you didn't want to buy the fight, which is fine for you. There's nothing wrong with that. That's your prerogative to not buy it. That's your prerogative to not like it. All I'm telling you is the facts show most paying customers don't feel like you. Because if they did, Benavidez would be the one putting them numbers up, not Canelo. You
Now
keep
you know.
trying to
Now you know
pretend.
that don't make no damn sense what you just said.
How it don't? How it don't? How it don't?
Because for one, Benavidez didn't have the privilege of
What
fighting under.
privilege?
Let me finish. He didn't have the privilege of fighting under Mayweather's undercards and being built up that way. That's how Canelo got
Well,
all these
so the
eyes on
only
him.
wait a minute. So the only way to sell is to fight on Mayweather undercards? Then why was Cotto selling?
Huh?
Why was Cotto
Cotto,
selling?
oh, isn't Cotto older than Mayweather?
Nah, he's.
No.
I think they're about this. Aren't they about the same age, like 2 years apart?
Yeah, like 2
Yeah.
years
Why?
apart.
Why would he be? Well, either way, he might have fought like on one or two Floyd's undercards.
So
Canelo
hold
fought
on.
like on.
So hold on. You saying the only reason Canelo has Mexican fans is because of Floyd?
What other fighter other than Canelo sells? I mean, what other
I'm
Mexican
asking
fighter?
you a question, bro.
Wait,
I'm
wait.
asking you a question. You're not answering my question, bro. You
Go ahead.
telling me that the only reason Canelo got to like sell, right? The only reason people knew him was because he fought on Floyd's undercards, right? That's what you're
Yes.
telling me.
Yes.
Okay. So you telling me that you telling me Canelo's Mexican fans only like him because of Floyd.
Well, this is what Floyd did. Because Floyd beat so many Mexicans and Canelo was this great hope that can finally get rid of Floyd, a Mexican can avenge all these Mexicans that Floyd was beating. That's how he gained a huge fan base. But obviously
Let me
that
ask
didn't
you
work
a
out.
question. I'm gonna ask you a question. Simple
Mhm.
question. Straight answer, please. How old are you?
I'm 24.
That I knew. I figured
There
I figured that. Okay, the era that you didn't grow up in the Mayweather era. I was a rabid Mayweather fan. I still am of his boxing,
He's
just
the
not of
greatest
his.
of all time.
Well, I don't know about all that. I don't believe
I
that.
don't know about that.
I think
I don't
I've
know about
forgotten.
that.
I've forgotten more about
My
Floyd.
era or the
That's not your
generation I saw.
bro. Listen. That's not even your era. You're 24. When Floyd was fighting people like Chico, you was probably learning how to walk. That's how I know that's not your era. It's not your era. That's my era because me and Floyd were in the same age group. We're guys at or around 40. That's not your era. Everything you know about Floyd is shit you heard other people say. You didn't grow up watching him. Everything you just told me about Canelo, yeah, that's all bullshit you heard in boxing groups. The only reason Floyd even fought Canelo was because he was already selling. He was already a draw. That's why Floyd afforded him that opportunity because this kid's already selling. Floyd, out of his own mouth, said, I only fight people that got a country behind them. What did Canelo have behind him? A fucking country. That's why he fought him. Everything you said is made up.
Berto.
What, his swan song? His final fight?
Okay. Well, either way, Maidana wasn't some huge attraction. The reason he fought
Maidana had
Maidana.
just see that's how I know you weren't watching boxing. Before, don't say nothing, anybody, please.
I'm quiet.
Don't say nothing. Who did Marcos Maidana beat before he fought Floyd?
Adrian Broner. The fans demanded it. Floyd gave it to him.
And then you're wondering why Floyd fought him?
Canelo.
You're wondering why Floyd fought him then?
Because he beat the shit out of Adrian Broner.
He beat the shit out of Broner. He beat the shit out of Broner and took his belt. That's why Floyd fought him. Adrian Broner was a somebody. At that time he was. He ain't nobody now.
But guess what, IQ? Floyd at least gave us what refuses to give us what we
say that again?
At least give us what we want at the opponent.
Okay, I think what he's saying, I think what you're saying is Floyd gave you what you wanted, but Canelo refuses to give you what you wanted. But I gotta remind you of something. I have to remind
Stop
you.
pretending like I'm a
minority. I gotta remind you of something because you keep forgetting this. What you want is not my problem. I don't care what you want. I, just like you, am an individual. And I bought those fights. So maybe you didn't get what you wanted, but the majority of people that actually pay for boxing, they did. That's why more of them buy his fights than the guys you like.
Okay, IQ, I want you to answer this question. I want you to answer just one question and very honestly. Before this Triple G fight would have happened, if you would have asked boxing fans, all boxing fans, whatever race, creed, color, whatever, would you rather watch Canelo versus Benavidez or Canelo versus Triple G? What do you think they would have said?
Depends on the boxing fan.
Well, I'm not talking about just
let me
Canelo.
answer your
If you
question.
ask Canelo fans, they're gonna say Triple G.
Okay, bro. Can I answer the question, or are you gonna keep changing the question so I don't get to answer it?
Well, I'm not changing the question,
let me ask you a question, and this is very simple. Who do you think has more fans, Golovkin or Benavidez?
Oh my God, who cares? What's the better fight?
Bro, can you answer my question? Who has more fans?
It's obvious who has more fans.
Golovkin, right? Say it for
Okay.
me. Say it for me, right? So to your question, if Golovkin has more fans than Benavidez, and I ask fans, who do you want to see him fight? What are the Golovkin fans going to say?
I think a lot of Golovkin fans might even say Benavidez because they know their guy's washed.
That's not what they were saying.
They didn't think he could win this fight. They're not stupid.
Bro, do you think for them? This is your problem. This is the problem. This is the problem with every argument you want to make. It's based on you. It's not even based on facts. It's not based on reality. It's not based on the people. It's just based on you. And what I see is, okay, you want him to fight Benavidez. That's cool. That's awesome. I'm not against that. But the fact of the matter is, the demand was for a Golovkin fight.
Oh, my God. But wait. IQ. What was I about to say? Did you see how happy Golovkin was at the end of that fight?
What does that have to do with the demand, bro?
He did not come into that fight wanting to win. It was a little payday so he could retire happily.
Is he retiring? Did he announce his retirement? Or what did he say after the fight, Dirk? What did he say? I'm retiring.
Well, either way, man. This is
bro. You're not answering. See, this is why I don't like doing these, because you literally not answering no questions. But I will actually be polite and answer your question, but you will not answer mine. Did Golovkin say I'm retiring after the fight?
He did not. And by the way, you answered my question.
Okay, then. So if he didn't say what you saying, what reaction am I supposed to have?
You can have whatever reaction you want.
You saying that he came to retire, but he didn't retire. He said, I'm not retiring. So what are we talking about then? You say nobody wanted to see this, but when I asked you, well, 19,500 people showed up, bro. What you mean nobody? That's more people than show up. That's more people than show up to Benavidez fights and Charlo fights and Andre fight. Matter of fact, that's more people than show up to most fights in America. It's at a more expensive price.
So you, fan, you don't care about the most challenging fights or the most competitive fights. You care who sells more tickets.
No, I said it's okay if he fight Benavidez, but I don't think Benavidez is special. You do. He's not special.
I mean, he doesn't have to be special. You don't have to be special to beat Canelo.
Bro, listen. Your opinion of David Benavidez is your own. You keep trying to force feed me this guy that I seen get dropped by Ronald Gavril.
And I saw Canelo get wobbled by Cotto's illegitimate cousin.
How many years ago was that?
How many years ago did Benavidez get wobbled?
About 5. Now, how old is he
right now?
Now, how many years ago was the Canelo thing? Please tell me. Has he been wobbled? Did he get wobbled in recent memory? Matter of fact, it's even more simple. Who's been knocked down before?
Benavidez. That was a flash knockdown. He didn't get hurt for real.
I didn't ask you all that. I just asked who got knocked down before. I didn't ask. You adding shit because of how you feel. Benavidez is not special because if he were, he would have unified before Canelo even got there.
Well, the reason why Canelo is even at the class is because he got for coke. If he would have been champion and won still, Canelo wouldn't be at 168.
How do you know that?
Because Canelo doesn't have opponents.
Huh?
You heard what I said.
No, I didn't, because your Wi-Fi is shitty, which is probably why you can't afford to buy pay-per-views. Whose Wi-Fi are you on that your signal is so choppy?
I don't. Maybe your Wi-Fi. No, but you.
Yo, and is it my Wi-Fi or is he coming in choppy?
Choppy.
Candace, is it my Wi-Fi or is he coming in choppy?
He's coming in choppy, man. You're straight right now.
IQ, why are you getting emotional, bro?
I'm asking them if it's my signal that you say, because you sound choppy to me. Like, I don't know what Wi-Fi you on. I don't know if it's yours. But all I'm telling you is, listen, you might like David. That's cool. But you're not going to force feed him to me. Canelo fight him? Great. Canelo don't fight him? Okay, fight somebody else. Fight Andre. I'll take that. Fight Bivol again. I'll take that. Fight Charlo. He's not very good. Fight him.
He's not fighting Charlo.
I don't care either way. I really don't care either way because the fighters you like, they suck.
And why does it matter if the other fighter can sell anyways? Because Canelo's going to do the heavy lifting
anyway. I didn't say nothing about selling. I said he can fight I said he could fight any one of them 4 fighters. I don't care either way. I'm going to buy it because people don't pay for them. They pay for Canelo.
Well, he's going to fight John Ryder next, so I hope you're excited about that.
He said that?
Yeah, he said that.
He said he's going to fight. He said he's going to fight
Triple
John Ryder?
It was the first fight was supposed to be Bivol, then Triple G, then John Ryder. That was the package.
So Bivol is next then, not John Ryder.
No, it's John Ryder.
John Ryder is next. All right, well, I'll pay for that. I don't give a shit.
Oh my God.
John Ryder beat Danny Jacobs. Who did Benavidez beat?
Well, Benavidez can fight only the people that he put in front of him. Nobody wants to fight him.
He on the same side of the street as Caleb Plant?
Yeah, he's been calling out Caleb Plant.
And what did his promoters say when Caleb Plant was calling him out? I'm curious if you saw that.
No, I did not see that.
Oh, you didn't see that his promoter, when Caleb Plant was calling him out to unify, when they both had belts at the same time, it was David's promoter that said, no, we don't want to do that now.
I don't remember that.
Do you know that I spoke to Samson Lukowicz? I have that conversation recorded. I asked him about Andre. No, this. No, that. Over 7 million this. I spoke to the man. I
do remember that one. That was suspect, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, bro, listen, I'm a customer. I'm not a guidance counselor. It's not my job to understand why David is on the same side of the street as all of these people and he keep fucking up fights. It's not my job to understand why you sniffed coke and lost your belt or why you blew weight and lost your belt. Both times you lost your belt was because of some shit that you did. It's not my job to pity you. I'm literally just a customer, and you don't be in no motherfucking fights.
But that's true. Fight. But he's still the biggest challenger at 68.
According to you, and I'm trying to tell you, I don't care what you think about boxing.
Okay, well then who else is a bigger challenger at 68?
I've been saying this for 2 years. He could fight David. He could fight Andre. He could fight Charlo. It's all the same to me. All them guys got thin resumes. Y'all didn't beat nobody. None of y'all.
I mean, technically, what's his name had a thin resume before he beat Teofimo Cambosis.
That's nice.
That don't mean nothing.
I can't even say that. That's not true. That's not true. He knocked out Richard Comey. That's a champion. What champion? Oh, right. Anthony Durrell.
No, I'm talking about Cambosis didn't have a great resume before he fought Teofimo.
But with Cambo, I already knew Teo was going to be weight drained because you stayed at the weight too long. That's a different conversation. That's a different conversation.
Well, in this case, Canelo's washed.
Listen, bro. You want me to like Benavidez as much?
I don't want you to like nobody. I just want to see the damn fight. I don't care who you like. You're a grown ass man. You can like who you like.
You brought him up, not me.
Because that's the fights we want to see as boxing fans.
That's the fight you want to see, and I don't give a fuck what you want.
So I'm the only person who want to see that fight.
No, you're not the only one, but it's not more of you, right?
Yes, there is. That's because you live in a fucking bubble.
How I live in a bubble when more people paid for the fight than not?
You live in a bubble of Canelo fanboys. That's the majority of your audience.
Okay, so if I live in a bubble of Canelo Alvarez fanboys, right? Check it. How come more people is in that bubble than the bubble that you in?
Okay, I mean, more people voted for Hitler during the time. I mean, that don't mean nothing.
How you went from Benavidez to Hitler, bro? That don't even make sense.
Just because more people are dumb doesn't mean it's right. Like it doesn't matter who you got the numbers.
So wait a minute. I gotta be dumb because it's not as many of you as there are of me.
I don't care if you got the numbers on your side. Like, and by the way, you do not have the numbers on your side. Most fans want to see that fight.
What fans?
The only people who don't want to see that fight are people who want to protect Canelo. You must be one of them.
Who said? Didn't I just say like 5 times? I don't care if he fights Benavidez. I'm going to buy it.
You keep putting up all this bullshit. Oh, he got knocked down back in.
All
back
I'm saying,
5 years ago. He got knocked down. All this bullshit you bringing up.
At no point did I say Canelo don't fight him. I said that I don't think he's that good. You got dropped by Ronald Gavril. You
Then
not
why
that
do you
good.
keep trying to discredit his fighting skills, his resume?
What skill? What resume? Who he beat?
Exactly. See, that's what I'm talking about. He can
But who
only
he
beat who they
beat?
put in front of him. He's trying to fight these motherfuckers. They don't want to fight him.
What motherfuckers he trying to fight? He turned down more
He called
fights.
out Morrell. He's called out Charlo
The
millions times.
only dude, listen, it's only two dudes that swerved him. You just mentioned them, Morrell and Charlo. Charlo is swerving him. That's true. Morrell, you was talking a lot of shit, and then you went the other way. But the white boy, he was been calling you out. You fucked that up, not him. You fucked that up. You fucked that up 3 times. First with the coke, then with the no. First with the coke, then you actually got the belt back. Then Caleb start calling you out because I got a belt, you got a belt, we on the same side of the street. Let's go. This before Canelo even started this shit. This way before that.
Look,
It's way before that.
David Benavidez beat the shit out of Pillow Fist Caleb Plant.
Probably would, probably would have, but he didn't fight him. So how we gonna know?
Well, it's not because he didn't want to. That's for damn sure. I don't believe that.
I saw his. Listen. I'm not a mind reader. I don't care what he wanted. I don't care what you wanted. I saw his promoter who makes his fights on camera with Fred Hawthorne saying, "No, we don't want to do that yet." That's the only thing that matters. This white boy said he want to fight you, and what's your promoter saying? No.
Why, IQ? Why does the promoter, all this politics shit? Why does that shit matter to you so much? Why don't we just stick to the boxing?
Okay, so do you think David makes his fights by himself?
Of course not. But like
so let me ask you a question,
you don't like a particular promoter, so
Dirk, let me ask you a question. This is a simple question. Who do you think makes David Benavidez's fights?
PBC.
Who specifically? Because there's a lot of promoters at the PBC.
Al Heyman.
Nope. Try again.
What's his
So you don't even know his promoter's name, but you want to sit here and have a discussion with me about why he ain't like Caleb
Polish last name. I forgot to say something.
It's not Polish. You just asked me why am I talking about promoters? Because his promoter said he doesn't want to do the fight.
Man, 99% people don't know this motherfucker's name. Who cares what his name is? We just want to see the damn fight.
What fight?
Benavidez and Canelo. We want to see the big fight. We want to see Spence. We want to see Spence Crawford. We want to see Tank Ryan. We want to see the best fight the best. Why is that so hard to like?
Why are you asking me? Why are you asking me about why they not fighting? Do you think I have the answer why your boy Al Heyman hasn't done that Spence Crawford fight yet? I don't have
well, Canelo.
No, actually, I do know why. I got the intel, but I mean, like, what do you want me to do about that?
But the difference with Canelo is he could literally fight.
Wait a minute. No. How you bounce from Spence and Crawford to Ryan and Tank?
That's the main topic.
Benavidez.
That's the main topic.
Okay, so stick to it, because you're the one that brought them up.
No, I brought them up because I said I want to see the best fight the best. But the reason I brought them up
is because the difference.
Hold up. The reason I brought them up is because the difference is Canelo can literally pick and choose who he wants to fight because
Tank can't do that.
Yeah, no, not to the level of Canelo, but yes, he can too.
So when Devin was a free agent, Tank couldn't fight him. But
the difference with Tank is he doesn't really run his own shit. Canelo kind of does.
Yeah, Canelo does. That's why he fights more champions than everybody else. You're right about
if Tank could choose who he wants to fight, I'm sure he would fight the best too. But that's Mayweather who runs that shit, not him. And that would be.
Yeah, but according to Tank, he never asked for none of these other people. So I don't even know how we went from Tank to Canelo. Here's the bottom line, man. Here's the bottom line. If Tank fights Benavidez, cool. If he don't,
if Tank fights Benavidez, I hope not.
Pardon me. Yeah, you're right. If Canelo fights Benavidez, cool. If he doesn't, cool.
And can you imagine how much money that would make on Cinco de Mayo, the Mexican American versus the Mexican? That'd be a great.
It probably does a great gate. Probably does great pay-per-view buys. All of that. But I've said all that before. Like that's not like you're not telling me nothing I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just
That it? That you think it would sell? I thought you didn't care about if it sell.
no. I mean, I'm not the person that really cares about ticket. I don't care if Crawford
Then
Spence
why
don't
did
do
you,
well
bro? Then why did you bring that up? I wasn't talking about
because
that.
you seem to care about the numbers and
Bro,
the
I'm
ticket
not the
sales
one
and all
that
that stuff.
brought up them numbers. You just said imagine if he fight Benavidez, that'd do a great gate. Didn't you just say that?
Well, because that seems to be important to you. That's why I brought it up.
But if
To
it's
me,
important,
I wouldn't care
yo,
if it
bro,
did.
if it's important to me, then why did you bring it up instead of me? I didn't bring up none of that shit. All I said was if he fights David, cool. If he don't, cool.
So you would be okay if he picked John Ryder over a Benavidez.
Honestly, I don't think he's gonna pick John Ryder. Maybe he picks Bivol, but I don't know who he's gonna pick, to be honest, because I don't know if he's gonna come back in May or September. So I need to see what happens between May and September to get a good idea who is he gonna fight. Because it don't look like he's coming back right away.
I don't want to pretend like I know Canelo and what he goes on in his mind, but I think he picked Bivol the first time because if he loses to Bivol, it's a really no lose situation because he was bigger than me. That's why I lost to him.
Yeah, look, I dig it, bro, but check it, right? Check it. What you choose to rationalize in your own mind is between you and God. Why are you telling me? I knew Bivol was a potential banana skin. I said that. This man fought Joe Smith Jr. This man fought Sullivan Barrera. This man fought John Pascal. He's up there like heavyweight. And he, unlike David Benavidez, ain't get sat on his back pocket. He's a better fighter. He's a champion. And he ain't got no problem making weight and without sniffing coke, without fucking eating cheeseburgers and none of that silly little childish ass shit. You shouldn't lose your belt like that 2 times. 2 times, fam? You a fuck up. I'm not going to have a high opinion of David Benavidez, who has fought absolutely no one, over Bivol. That's not even an argument.
Well, there was a time where Triple G hadn't fought nobody because people were scared of him.
I mean, that's cool, but what that got to do with Benavidez, though? Your promoter's literally turning down fights for you.
What I'm saying is sometimes the eye test doesn't lie. Now, David Benavidez' eye test is pretty good.
Listen, here you go with this. I don't care about your eye test. Save that shit for yourself, your friends, and your channel. I don't care what you think you see when you watch a fight. I don't. That has absolutely nothing to do with me. You trying to sell me a guy that walked into a left hook and got sat on his back pocket. But you trying to sell me all his skills bullshit. Because he beat who? Who the fuck did he beat that had skills? That's
okay. That's cool. That's cool, IQ. If that's the case, then Canelo should have no issues making that fight. It should be easy, right?
Yeah, it should be easy, man. I do that.
He should walk through David Benavidez and beat the shit out of him.
Hell, motherfucking yeah. Why not?
All right.
What's goody, Jules?
All right, what's goody, Jay? What's goody? Who else we got on here? We got Actual, we got Villain, we got Eson. And yeah, man, we got a guy. He really likes David Benavidez. And I'm just trying to tell him, I'm just trying to tell him, you're not going to sell me this guy because he beating up people like Tyrone Davis and Ronald Ellis. That's all I'm saying.
Jules, could I get something out right quick?
Go ahead. You do your thing, bro.
Like, okay, what's your name? Dirk, right?
Yeah.
You're like, okay, like, see, when it comes to Benavidez, like, I'm with Jules, and I'm sure everybody agree with me. It's like he could fight Benavidez. That's great. But if he don't, that's also cool too, because Canelo doesn't have to prove anything to David Benavidez. He doesn't. So don't call people who don't necessarily care about seeing that fight fanboys. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, like that's what he don't want to understand. That's kind of like what he doesn't want to understand, that I'm a little bit neutral. If he fight him, cool, I'll buy that fight. But if he fights somebody else, yeah, I'll buy that fight too, because David is not nobody special. Like, you're not special, bro. You beat no one.
I mean, David. Sorry, go ahead. My bad.
I was just gonna say, I think that whenever you have conversations talking about like Canelo and you try to be impartial about it, then people just right away assume that you're a big fan. People send me on Twitter like, "Oh, you're a huge fan." I'm not even a fan, to be honest with you. I'm kind of neutral on Canelo. I'll take him or leave him. I'll watch him. But what I do is I respect the process of what he does, because what I see is a lot of the fans, like this gentleman here, who have a lot of opinions about Canelo, but when you start asking them about the people they like, there's not a lot of substance. They can't list people they fought. There can't be any real reason why. It's always, well, it's how I feel or what I think or what they think they can do.
Exactly, and that's what I'm trying. Thank you, villain.
I don't give a fuck either. I don't care what you think or feel because your opinion doesn't have as much merit as mine does to me. So that's great you feel that way, but when you use these generalities and you have no way to back them up, with all due respect, you sound dumb, in my opinion.
No, everybody chill. Don't say nothing because I got to shout out my man, IBF flyweight champion, Sonny Edwards. I appreciate the super chat, Sonny. You're always a pleasure to talk to. MA Bustamante says, Ken Canelo is probably 2 fights from being TBE. That's how they feel about it. All I'm telling you is this, Dirk. This is all I'm trying to get you across to you as an individual. You entitled to your feelings, but your feelings have no influence over me. You see what I mean? You high on David. I'm not. That's why if Canelo fight him, cool. If he don't, cool. All I know is David didn't beat nobody. That's all I know. If he had, I would be demanding the fight more because I'm like, look, he beat so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so. He got this, he did that, but you ain't do none of that shit, bro. The only thing you've done in the last 4 years is lose your title 2 times because of shit you did. The only thing you've done in the last 4 years is price yourself out of an Andrade fight and you promoted delayed the Plant fight, and that's the only reason Canelo ended up getting the shit because you could have had it before Canelo in 2019. Your promoter chose to do that, bro. So when you don't fight shit, why the fuck am I gonna be a fan of you? You don't be fighting nobody.
Well, this is why Canelo will never make the fight because you could just watch his previous fight. He's washed up. Like Canelo has declined drastically.
We don't know
that.
We don't know that.
Says who? Says who, bro?
You see what I mean?
Did he look good to you against Triple G?
Let me mediate. You see, Dirk, this is the problem. You have an opinion, right? I'm not going to tell you your opinion is not valid.
I'm free to
have
one.
An opinion. Hold on. You have an opinion, and that's cool. There's like 2 people right there that don't have the opinion you have.
Of course not, because this is a Canelo.
So basically, you saying that everybody has to fall in line with what you think.
No, sir. That's not what I said.
What are you saying? You just slapped
all I'm saying is that's just my opinion, and you didn't even let me finish it. You guys went crazy as soon as I said that he's not as good as he used to be.
Based on what?
I didn't go crazy. I just told you.
Like to me, Canelo was. To me, this is just my opinion. I'm not trying to influence nobody. To me, Canelo was at his peak the second Triple G fight. He hasn't looked as good ever since then. Like his gas tank, he looked really tired at the end of that fight.
Can I
tell you? All right, now nobody say nothing. Can I tell you
punch
this?
Count is lower.
Can I tell you this? One, the things you saying that his gas tank is bad. Do you realize people have been saying that about that dude since 2014?
It looks worse.
I'm just saying that what you saying is not new. Meaning it's not a new issue. He never had a great gas tank. He never did.
If I do like David Benavidez who throws like 100 punches around. That's the wrong person to have that issue.
But at who though is my question. At who you throwing punches? Who you fighting?
The also question is how often is David Benavidez fighting? You have Canelo who's fighting 2 or 3 times a year. So you're holding one guy, like most you do. You hold one guy to one standard. You hold other guys to a completely different standard. Yet the guy who has a lower standard somehow is going to defeat the guy who's proven how good he is. That's just that's what I asked. You don't do equal.
I would bet the house on Benavidez if he fought Canelo right now. That's how confident I am.
Great. Don't tell us. Tell your bookie.
Well, get ready. We're going to see at the homeless shelter then, bro.
Look, Canelo's era is over. Get over it.
We don't know that, my guy.
You think everybody is
we do know that.
No, we don't. He's coming off a
see, look.
I got a question.
You see how emotional y'all get when I bring that up? That's how I know you're a Canelo fanboy.
One at a time.
No, wait a minute.
Wait. If Canelo's era is over, then why can't you? All right, cool. But why can't you shut the fuck up about him if it's over?
Thank you.
Because that's the main topic right now, is it not? That's why you brought the show on.
Fam, stop being childish because I'm damn near 40. I don't have time for this kid shit. You the one that came on here talking about Canelo. How could his era be over when you can't get his name out your mouth?
I like to debate, and I like to debate
people who do. Bro, you're not debating nothing. Everybody on here.
That's because you don't agree with me.
Fam,
that's okay.
Listen. Your feelings are your own. You need to understand that.
Why do you keep saying that? I never said there was somebody else.
All you talking to me about is your fucking feelings. You're not telling me who David beat that I'm supposed to be high on him. You just keep telling me, well, I like and I feel and I bet, bro. That's between you and God. What the?
Who the Yildirim beat that Canelo? If Canelo still fought that motherfucker, who the Yildirim beat?
All right, you know Yildirim was a mandatory, right?
And who made him mandatory?
The WBC.
No.
Let me finish. The WBC made him mandatory.
That's
but
bullshit.
you know, that's not bullshit. That's facts.
Did you know David was going to fight him?
The head of the WBC literally said Canelo asked us to make him and that's Canelo's sparring partner too.
This is where people like this start to waste my time. Somebody please send me a super chat so it's worth me being here because I'm about to turn this motherfucking shit off. First and foremost, Avni Yildirim was David Benavidez's mandatory.
Thank you.
David Benavidez was going to fight Avni Yildirim in 2020. But they postponed the mandatory title defense, and they said, no, we're going to fight Romer Angulo first. Then they lost the belt on the scales, and he was in limbo. Originally, it was supposed to be Callum Smith versus Avni Yildirim for the newly vacated WBC title. Canelo stepped in, said, hey, I want to fight Callum for his belt. Can you add the WBC? The WBC said, okay, but after you beat Callum, you have to fight Avni.
Yep.
Dirk, did you know all that, Dirk?
And David couldn't make the weight.
The head of the WBC literally said Canelo asked us to make Yildirim the mandatory.
No, he
yes,
did not.
He did. There's a video on it.
No, he did not. Bro, listen.
What's his name? Suleiman. That's his name.
All right, bro. Listen, now you just outright lying. I know you're lying.
Jules, can you find it, please? Jules, can you find it?
Yeah, let me pull this up, man. Y'all talk to this kid, man, because he's wasting my time.
I mean, I just find it funny that you're calling us Canelo fans when it's clearly that you're a Benavidez fan. I just find that hilarious.
Benavidez couldn't fight him. He's not
even a top 5 of my favorite fighters.
Listen, well, that's on you. That's your opinion.
Hey, real quick.
I'm talking about Benavidez.
They didn't make the fight. Benavidez and Yildirim fight didn't happen because David Benavidez didn't have enough time to lose the weight. He couldn't make the weight. And he lost the belt on the scales.
Is that Canelo's fault?
I want to know how a guy like Yildirim even earned a mandatory. Like, what the fuck did he do to earn a mandatory?
Why does it matter that his
Ask the WBC?
Listen,
because the WBC sucking Canelo's dick. That's why.
All right. Now, see, this is the thing, kid. This is the thing, and I'm about to boot you because now you just being. You wasting my time, really though. Like you wasting my time. It's not. Hold on. It's not made up that Yildirim was Benavidez's mandatory. That's facts. That's before Canelo even went down there. That was his mandatory. The only reason Benavidez didn't fight him was because he lost his belt on the scales. Well, this is a matter of public record. You keep pretending that you could lie and we just gonna eat it up like we ain't seen all this shit. The shit you saying didn't happen. They didn't make him the mandatory for Canelo. He was already mandatory before Canelo got the fucking belt. None of that shit you saying happened. Now, thank you for the $20 super chat. Appreciate that. Ask this guy, why did Benavidez resign with the PBC if he wanted to fight Canelo? Canelo isn't with the PBC, so why sign with them? Liam is asking you that, Dirk.
Oh, that doesn't make any sense. Canelo's a free agent. He can literally go to fight on Showtime or PBC if he wants.
No, he's not. He's not a free agent.
Canelo's one of the few people. Even if he is with his own, he can still go wherever he wants.
Yeah, but listen, you're not answering the question. If David wants Canelo, right? David wants Canelo. Why would you stay with the company that don't have him?
Well, maybe David figured, well, this motherfucker fought Caleb Plant, who's also in my same company. Why can't he fight me?
Caleb had a belt though.
Okay, and a lot of people are demanding for him to fight Benavidez. So
that's a lot of people.
Can you produce some sort of information that shows that? Have you done a poll or anything? Are you just saying something about the 12?
When you go in a majority,
sir,
in a majority, and I'm not even saying just like the biased channels you think I might be speaking about.
I didn't say any of those things. You're making assumptions. I'm asking you a pointed question. Do you have any data or anything that backs up what you said? What you're saying is a lot of people. Guess what? A lot of people think something about me, but if I can't produce something that shows that, it's strictly just my opinion. So I'll ask one last time.
Wait. You act like I'm saying something crazy. Hold up, bro. You act like I'm saying something crazy. Is it out of left field to think that people want to see him fight David Benavidez?
Dirk,
bro, listen, it ain't even that. It ain't even
viable data. Okay.
Let me say this. One, are there people? Because I'm a content creator, so I have to look at metrics regularly. That's what I do, and that's how I make money. So, are there people that want to see Benavidez? Yes, absolutely. But are there also people who want to see Charlo? Absolutely. Are there also people who want to see Andre? Absolutely. I get a guy every video he talks about Andre, or every other video. So long as Canelo is mentioned, he mentions Andre. And the demand is the same for all of those fights, which is why I say it doesn't make a difference to me which one of the three, or Bivol again, you know.
It's a little bit higher with Benavidez because
All right. So don't waste my time and answer my question. What is that based on?
Because Benavidez is a hotter name right now. Charlo is inactive.
Okay. What? All right. You said he's hotter right now. Once again, what is that based on?
Because he's knocking everybody out.
Who's everybody? Who'd he knock out?
Okay, we're not going to argue about his resume. His resume is not good. I'm not trying to argue for that.
See, you're wasting my time. I'm just asking you a simple question. You keep telling me he hot, and I'm asking you, well, what is that based on? Well, he's knocking everybody out. Well, what is that based on? Who's everybody? Who's he knocking out? The last guy he knocked out was a washed-up David Lemieux. You're not fighting nobody good. That goes back to the resume. So when I say, look, David got a paper-thin resume, and so does Jermall Charlo, and so does Demetrius Andre. If you want me to tell you who I really want Canelo to fight, really, for real, it ain't even them. Wait, it ain't even them. It's Zurdo if he win. It's Zurdo. I would rather he fight Zurdo than David. Why? Zurdo would have a better resume than David if he beats Bivol.
He's also a worse fighter.
Based on what?
The all-important eye test, my friend. Look,
you do understand.
It's funny how you pick Zurdo. It's funny how you pick Zurdo over Bivol, Benavidez, Charlo, all those guys.
So let me ask you a question. If David is better than Zurdo, how come David got dropped and Zurdo didn't?
Well, Zurdo, who you talked about David's resume. Zurdo's resume is not much better.
All right. What if I told you that Zurdo beat Maxim Vlasov? Do you know who that is?
The Russian.
No,
yes,
he doesn't know.
Who did he fight? What's the relevance of that? Who did Maxim Vlasov fight that a lot of people feel he beat?
I don't know.
But you want to analyze. All right, now I'm gonna pass it to Shelton. Now I'm gonna say this. But you want to sit here and pretend that you even know what's in Zurdo's resume when you clearly don't.
I know he fought Jesse Hart.
But that's all.
He's not that good.
Here's an example. Zurdo Ramirez and David Benavidez have a common opponent. What's the difference? When Zurdo beat this man, he was an unbeaten fighter. Unbeaten. By the time Benavidez fought him, he was a fucking journeyman. Who am I talking about?
You talking about Angulo?
Nope.
Could I tell him, Jules?
No, don't.
Okay.
They have a common opponent. He has a funny nickname. You think Zurdo Ramirez fought Darrell?
Can somebody play the Jeopardy theme song by now?
Gavril.
No, not Ronald the Thrill.
No. Look, I don't really watch Zurdo Ramirez because I've seen his fight. There's nothing special about him.
Don't say nothing. Okay, so not only do you not know his resume, you just admitted you don't watch him. So how would you know if he's a good fighter if you don't even watch him?
I've seen him fight Jesse Hart. That's the dude I'm talking about. I wasn't impressed by Zurdo Ramirez. The reason you picked Zurdo is because out of him, Benavidez, Bivol, Benavidez, Charlo, he would be the easiest one for Canelo.
How would he be? Oh, wait a minute. Okay. How would wait. So you telling me if Zurdo beats Bivol in your boxing?
Not happening.
I didn't say, bro. Let me talk first. If Zurdo beats Bivol, that's the fight I want to see. I would rather see Canelo versus Zurdo if Zurdo beats Bivol. Now, I don't really think he's going to beat him, but if he did, that's the fight that I would want because Bivol is a better name than any name in Benavidez's resume and Charlo's and Andre's.
Okay, that's fair.
But you trying to evaluate a resume that you don't know from a fighter that you don't watch, and the only fight you could remember, Jesse Hart, that's from 4 years ago, bro.
But my thing is, we got to stop trying to like overstate resumes. Resume isn't always, doesn't always tell the full story.
Are you saying that because Benavidez don't have a resume?
Well, for example, you could argue Porter had a better resume at 147 than Crawford.
I wouldn't argue that. That's why I picked Crawford to be the first man to knock him out.
Well, but that's actually a fact. Porter did have a better resume than Crawford.
That's not a fact. Just because wait. I got to give it to Shelton because Shelton hasn't even gotten a chance to talk. But I'm gonna say this: in your mind, maybe just names on box mean you have a better resume. But in my mind, you have to beat them. You losing to Keith Thurman doesn't mean you have a better resume. You losing to Spence, that doesn't mean you have a better resume.
Beating Ugas.
Who did Ugas beat?
And beating Danny Garcia.
Who did Ugas beat? Tell me.
Who did Ugas beat? He's beating Pacquiao.
Wait. Ugas beat Pacquiao when Sean Porter fought him?
No, but even still, we could just by watching Ugas, we know he was a good fighter.
I asked you a simple question. Who did Ugas beat?
At that time, nobody of substance.
Nobody. There you go again. Now you telling me that he got a better resume because he beat Ugas. And I'm like, okay, who did Ugas beat? Nobody. You like a lot of nobody ass fighters that don't have resumes, bro. That's what I see. That's the common denominator. You like a lot of nobody ass fighters that Fox and Showtime tell you to like because you don't know shit about boxing. Go ahead, Shelton.
You brought up Danny Garcia. Who the fuck did he beat?
Danny Garcia? Didn't he beat that Argentine dude and Morales at 140?
That's at 140, and Morales was like 200 years old at 140.
I mean, that's still on your resume. People still trying to put Cotto on Canelo's resume.
Wait. Cotto was a champion when Canelo fought him, bro.
And Mosley.
Yeah.
Well, based on your logic, you're talking about not going down resumes don't matter. Well, Bud, with all due respect, Bud was also undisputed at 140. So when you talk about Bud didn't have a good resume, if you're going to include Danny's resume at 140, let's go ahead and add Bud's resume at 140.
I love Bud, but Bud's run at 140 was not that strong, and I love Bud.
Based on what?
Wait. Let me ask.
What's that based on?
Can I ask him a question?
Go ahead.
How do you become undisputed champion?
You beat everybody who has all the belts.
So how else can he be done? So how could you say the man's undisputed run is not impressive if you beat all the guys?
Let's not act like all undisputed runs are created equally.
Wait. I got a question. I have a question. What was Danny's undisputed run like?
Yeah, let's
Danny who?
Danny Garcia.
That motherfucker never went undisputed.
Oh, he didn't?
Wait, Dirk, let me ask you this. Who did Danny Garcia pay to step aside at 140?
Look, I'm not saying Danny Garcia is an all-world killer.
Do you know who he paid to step aside? Do you know who he paid to step aside at 140?
Who?
Victor Postal.
Who Bud
who Bud fought and beat and took his belt. Danny Garcia paid that guy to step aside.
Yeah, like why would you pay a guy to step aside if you could beat him?
You would also know the last.
All I'm saying, I felt like Josh Taylor had a better run at 140 than Crawford. I thought it was a tougher run.
Bro, listen, bro. Let me tell you what.
Stop with the feeling shit, dog. Damn, you feeling a
That's
lot,
what.
man.
Thank you, bro.
I think the problem is that every time
your fucking feelings, bro. At no point did I ever tell this man, yo, this how I feel. It's cool. I stick to the facts because I know the world don't give a fuck how I feel. So I stick to the facts. If he fight Benavidez, cool. If he don't, cool. Because all these guys that's lining up got the same looking ass resume anyway.
They ain't fought no goddamn.
The walls are closing in for you, Canelo.
Nobody.
The walls are closing in.
Everybody
being a Benavidez fan
that we're not Canelo fans were boxing fans. The problem is that
Some
you
of y'all
visit
Canelo fans on here.
No, we
Sir,
ain't.
No,
You visit.
no,
You
none of
visit
us are.
panels
Okay, you don't want to
with-
admit it, but it's cool.
You're
No,
a
none of
Benavidez
us
fan,
are.
but
You're
you
like,
can't
you're a
even
fan of
admit it.
fan of Mount
With
Fresh
you?
Milk. Yeah, good
I
for
am
you,
not a
bro.
Benavidez fan. I
Yes,
just
you
want to
are.
see the
Yes,
fight.
you are.
Listen, Dirk. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take parts of what you said, right, and I'm gonna have you admitting Benavidez ain't fought nobody. I'm gonna have you admitting his resume is paper thin, and what that's gonna show is you a Benavidez fan, bro. That's all it's gonna show, because you telling the world this man ain't even fought nobody, but I like him anyway.
Okay, let me
But
give
it's
you an
not that
example.
you like Benavidez.
I don't
You
need an
hate
example.
Canelo.
I have all the examples. I've been listening to you.
No,
You're
no, no.
recorded, bro.
I
You're
want you,
recorded.
and I want y'all to answer this question very honestly. Ugas has a better resume than Boots Ennis. Who would win in a fight, though?
Probably
Honestly,
Boots.
Boots.
Probably Boots.
Boots.
Exactly.
I would pick Boots.
And Boots has basically fought nobody, right? It's not his fault, but he's fought nobody.
But here's the thing, right? Until Boots beats him, right? Am I gonna give Boots credit for a fight that never happened? No.
No,
You didn't
well, the
beat
same thing with
shit.
Benavidez and Canelo.
No,
But
it's
you
not.
give him credit.
Listen. It's not the same thing, because you giving credit to a fighter that has not fought nobody. That's the difference between you and everybody on the panel. They're like, you high on him. I'm not. I'm not high on Boots. Like for example, I would pick Boots to beat him, but until he beat him, I'm not high on Boots.
Okay.
You
Well, that's
beat somebody. You got to
I'm not.
beat somebody.
Yeah, I'm not
You
trying
have
to give.
listen. The way it works, you have to actually have a signature fight. You have to actually have a signature win. Now, because you high on Benavidez, who has none, that's cool. I'm not gonna tell you who to like, but don't tell me to be high on him. He ain't beat shit.
Okay. I'm actually
He ain't
higher
beat
on.
shit.
I'm higher on Boots than I am on Benavidez, but that's
That's
beside the point.
great, bro. But
Good
I'm
for you.
telling you, your issue is that you see a lot of people don't hold Benavidez or fighting him in the same esteem as you do, and that's because you think he's better than we do.
No,
I
don't think that's why.
You could think. All I'm telling you is you could think that. I'm not going to argue with you about how you feel, but stop trying to tell me he this and that. No, he not. Because if he was, he'd have a fucking resume. He 26.
Well, this is
That
what
man is 26 years old and ain't fought shit. When you gonna fight somebody?
Let me tell you my honest opinion. I saw the same shit with Spence and Crawford fans when it comes to Boots. They try to say, oh, he hasn't fought nobody. He's too young. He's too this. He's got some weaknesses. They basically try to discredit the young fighter. So there's an excuse for their favorite fighter to avoid this young, hungry champion.
Well, listen, can I tell you something? Wait. I don't know who the fuck you're talking about.
Neither do I.
I'm just giving an
example. I don't know, because Spence is younger than Crawford. I got Crawford beating Spence, and I have never advocated against that fight. I've been asking for that fight for 4 years, so I don't know who you're talking about. I don't.
No, I'm saying Spence.
Who you got? Who you got in that fight? Crawford or Spence?
I think Spence will outwork him unless I can't see. Yeah, I can't see. I can't see Crawford winning unless he gets a knockout.
I dig it. Well, look, bro, I'm gonna tell you what, bro. Like I said, you can have whatever opinion of David you like. You can, but there's one thing you can't do. You can't put names on his resume. And until he has names on his resume, because he's on the same side of the street as a lot of people, and he should have had these fights already. It's because he hasn't had these fights that people like me don't think much of him. Like, no, you're not special. If Canelo said tomorrow, well, I'm gonna fight Andre, I'm cool. I'm gonna fight Benavidez, I'm cool. I'm gonna fight Charlo, I'm cool. Or I'm gonna fight Bivol again, which I think is better than all three of them. I'm cool.
Well,
I like all them fights.
Look, what I'm saying is not crazy. The reason I think Benavidez will beat Canelo is because I think Canelo, because of all these fights he's had, he's got like 70 plus fights, something like that. The body begins to break down eventually. He might be 32, but he's probably really like 36 in boxing age. All right.
Let me give you a retort. All right. It's simple. The reason that I would not pick Benavidez to beat Canelo is because Benavidez is draining himself to make 168. And when you do that in the sport of boxing, there's something that happens to your brain to where your punch resistance starts to go. It doesn't show up right away. You won't see it on David because, well, David doesn't fight people, doesn't fight anybody good. So you don't see it yet. But I would still favor Canelo to beat him. because of that. You don't fight nobody good, bro. I'm sorry. And that's everything. Everything about this is who you fight. Because you can look good with some Lemieux, but you don't, I don't know how you would look with some of them people that Canelo fight. He out here fighting Golovkins and Bivols. And who you fighting? A dude Golovkin beat 7 years ago.
But wait, IQ, would you agree with me with saying that it's not who you fight, it's how you look when you beat them, or it's not who you
No,
beat,
it's who you
it's how
fight.
you look.
It's who you fight. It's not how you look, because Josh Kelly looked good fighting nobodies till they put Avanesian in front of him, and he looked like shit.
Well, even all these guys, for
Let
example,
me take you back. Jeff Lacey, Jeff Left Hook Lacey,
Was a bad dude, we thought.
was a bad dude up until he ran into somebody that could fight.
Mm-hmm.
I watched that dude fight. That nigga was overrated.
I'm not saying that he wasn't. If you calling him overrated, you making my point. You gonna look all right depending on who you fighting, because who you fighting is everything. You gonna look all right. If you fighting a bunch of goddamn nobodies, then yeah, you gonna look invincible.
Okay. Well, when I'm not pretending to be like some boxing expert, but of the young fighters that I watched today, and this is before Shakur was ever a champion, him and Boots Ennis, they look like generational talents.
Maybe they are, maybe they are not. Maybe they're not.
What are you basing that on?
Skill,
What are you
like
basing that on?
Shakur is yet to lose a round. Same thing with Boots Ennis. They've never been in any tough situation at all. And even like guys like Spence and Crawford, even when they were fighting guys on this level that Shakur and Boots are fighting right now, well, mostly Boots, even they had like tough moments.
Can I ask you a question?
Like, for example, Spence got rocked by an African named Lardy. Do you remember that?
Before I pass it to Villain, I'm gonna say this, right? Check it.
Okay.
I think Boots looks okay right now because he hasn't fought a puncher yet, which is normal. This is a cycle that every fighter goes through. I go through this with literally every up and comer that comes through. Boots looks good right now. I have faith in him. I have faith. It's faith, right? That I'm like, I think he could beat Thurman. I think he can. But until he does it, you don't get the credit.
Right.
I'm not going to treat you like you actually beat Thurman until you actually beat Thurman, or you just actually beat somebody.
Takes two to tango.
I'm not saying that. Listen, I'm not even saying that it don't. But until you actually have those fights, I don't know what the fuck you are.
You're right.
So what you just said is you said that people like Spence and Crawford have had moments, right? That was your statement.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. Would you agree that, well, first of all, both of them have had a lot more tests than, say, like the guys that you were describing before, Shakur and Boots? We would also agree with that as well, too.
Yeah.
Okay, so we would also agree that in boxing, usually there's 3 levels. There's the development phase where they pretty much throw you in with like cab drivers and nobodies. Then you go up and they're going to test you against somebody, right? So you're going to step into that middle when you're in that 16, 17, 18 fight point. They're going to put you in with somebody of equal skill set, right? You agree so far?
Yes.
Okay. So then what ends up happening is once you get past that, you pass the test, you get a minor belt, you get a little more fanfare. What happens next? Now you're only fighting elites. Wouldn't it make sense that once you get up to those elite levels, when you're fighting guys that are going to be on your level, that you are going to be tested? And we can agree that you just said, or you at least kind of made the point, was they haven't been tested. You would also agree that they haven't got to the place that Bud
Boots.
or Spence
Shakur has been tested.
Look, I'm gonna say this. Let me say this. No. Let me say this. All right. See, I don't put Boots in the category with young Shakur. Young Shakur is world class, and he proved that already against world class fighters. So I don't put them in the same category. Boots has a prospect's resume. I'm not holding that against him because I know Thurman don't want to fight him. I'm not going to hold that against him. But at the same time, I cannot evaluate you as a fighter until you fight these people. You have to fight them. However it happens, it needs to happen. Because until it does, your resume sucks.
I agree. I can't argue against that. But
now you look at Jaime Munguia, for example. You fought a lot of fucking people, bro. And a lot of them people sucked. The only dude I can give you credit for is Liam Smith. That's it.
Yeah, but the difference with Jaime Munguia is he struggles with some of these guys.
I'm not saying that he don't, but my point is you could keep winning and you could keep your O and all of that shit is gravy, but it's only because you're not fighting nobody. So when
Yeah,
you got a guy like, yeah, you look good fighting absolutely nobody. I don't know what the fuck gonna happen to you when they put a live animal in front of you. I've seen what happens to some guys. Some guys win, some guys don't. So until that happens, I'm not gonna pretend that you something that you're not.
By the way,
I agree.
Jules, can I give you an example of this?
Mm.
Y'all remember Butterbean, right?
Hell yeah.
All right, so he was on the main street knocking out, truck drivers, cab drivers. But I think in his 15th fight, they put him in with a guy named Mitchell Rose, who was 1-6-1. And it turned out this guy was a former Golden Gloves boxing champion in his youth. And it was rumored or alleged that when Butterbean's handlers found out about this guy's past, they tried to offer him $5,000 to take a dive. Well,
I think I saw a video on that.
Yep. At the office honcho, we covered it. Well, when the fight happened, Mitch Rose stopped Butterbean in 2 rounds.
Listen, I'm gonna give you an easy example. I don't think that this guy was a bad fighter per se, but it is an example of what we're talking about, right? When Tommy Morrison was coming through the ranks and all of that, great left hook, great power, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you saw him leading up to the Mercer fight, you thought, this guy's a good fighter. He goes in there with Ray, who's a former Olympian and a former Marine, and everybody knows what Ray did to him. Everybody knows.
Yes, we do.
Now, all I'm saying is, I'm not telling you that because he lost to Ray, who is a great fighter, one of my favorite fighters of my childhood, but I'm not telling you, because you lose to Ray, you just ain't shit. I'm just saying when you fight people that can fight back, it's different.
Yes, it is.
Completely different.
Can I give you another example? One more example? I'm going to give you one more example. I don't know if you remember this, but there was a guy named Ferocious Fernando Vargas.
Oh, shit.
Woo.
That's one of my favorites.
Was killing everybody until they put him in the ring with somebody who could fight.
Tito.
Well, to be fair, he actually did himself favor in that fight. He didn't get his ass whooped. I mean, he kind of did, but he hurt Tito a couple times too.
It's not that
everybody hurt Tito. Listen, Tito got knocked down a lot.
Exactly.
The problem was Tito would get up,
the same.
And when Tito got up, your ass was in trouble.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to sound disrespectful to a legend like Vargas, but Boots looks like to be even more talented than that dude. Boots is not just some pure power puncher.
But see, this is the problem. In your own mind, which we're not doing because we done been through what you're doing. At 24 years old, you haven't seen as many of those kinds of guys as old folk like us. They're like, yeah, a lot of guys be looking all right for a little while till they put them in there with somebody.
Well, even in the last 10 years, am I allowed to speak on the last 10 years at least?
Bro, I'm just saying that an eye test, right? That's not a substitute for a real fight. And until you in a real fight with a real fighter, we're not going to rate you like you were like, nah, you ain't even been in there with nobody. Best guy you fought was a little dude at 140. And his claim to fame ain't even nobody that he beat. His claim to fame is losing to Mikey Garcia. Who did Sergey Lipinets beat? Who?
Barely.
Who?
He did beat an old ass Lamont Peterson.
Nobody. Come on, man. That's after Spence done washed that, man. Like, this is what I'm talking about. There's no substitute for a real resume, bro. Fight fans watch fights to see good fighters go at it. And until you fight a good fighter,
I don't know, man. He just looked.
Who thought that David Lemieux was going to give David a problem? No, but I said David ain't going to make it to the 6th round, bro. He'll be lucky if he see round 3.
Jules, that was a mismatch as soon as it was announced.
A mismatch. Exactly. And when the majority of your fights is fucking mismatches, bro, ain't nobody going to be high on you beating up people that everybody in the audience and everybody at home know you going to beat them. Everybody know. With Boots, and I'm not knocking them because I know that people looking at him like, I don't know if I want to do that. So I sympathize, but even with that, I don't know what you really are. Till you fight a real fighter, I don't really know what you could really do. You got to show me.
Well, okay, I can respect that. That makes perfect sense. But what about like the coaches and the people who spar Spence and Crawford, who also spar Boots? A lot of them say that Boots is different. Like he's even more talented than those two guys.
I mean, that's cool, but those is opinions. I don't go off opinions. For example, Paulie Malignaggi, a world champion, a former world champion, he picked.
2 times.
Listen, he picked George Kambosos to beat Devin Haney. You know what I did? I ignored his ass and I said Devin gonna beat him with one hand.
What'd he do?
Yeah.
Beat him with one hand.
Well,
we can give you another.
George, that's not fair one because George he hates Devin Haney for whatever reason.
I would say that.
Let me say this. I don't know if Paulie hate that. I don't know nothing about that. All I know is I seen Paulie's prediction vid. I don't know nothing about no hate. I don't know nothing about that. All I know is Paulie is a former world champion, 2-time, been in there with a lot of people. In his professional opinion, he decided that George was going to beat Devin. Now, personally, I don't give a shit about your professional opinion. I don't. Because opinions from you are the same as opinions from me is the same as opinions from anybody. Everybody's got them. All I know is I'm looking at these guys, and based on what I see and what I know, he's going to beat you. And he's going to beat you with one hand. And that's what I went with, and that's what happened.
Can I ask the panel a question real quick?
Hold on. Here's another one for you.
Okay.
Here's another one from your era. Everybody on this panel probably could have said when this fight was announced that Errol Spence was going to beat the dog shit out of Mikey Garcia.
Yeah.
Sugar Ray Leonard didn't think so.
Yeah, that was crazy. I don't know why he said that.
Well, he did, though.
But what we
Maybe
say
it's because they're comparing him to Earl for whatever reason, which is a weird comparison.
What Jules was saying is everybody has an opinion. It doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it wrong. It just makes it yours.
Yeah.
Right.
How you fit? For all I know, see, this is my thing. I've seen, like, Boots shows a lot of good things. He shows a lot of good things against who he fighting. My thing with Boots is I don't know if you could take a punch. You haven't fought somebody that could punch. For all I know, you're a good boxer, but you're chinny, and we just haven't seen it yet.
He did get caught clean by Delorme, but I know he's not a big puncher, but he got caught clean.
Bro, the Delorme that he fought was way over. Bro, come on. Delorme, fam. Delorme.
Came up from 35, bro. Came up from 35.
Exactly. That's a dude that Bud beat at 40, I think it was, years ago.
Yep.
Wait. If that's true, what you're saying, when it is true, obviously, then a special fighter should take him out in one round, right?
Not if he over the hill, bro.
Not necessarily.
That's like saying that because David Benavidez beat David Lemieux easy, that he beat like a prime. No, you didn't, fam. This man is over the hill, and everybody knows what's about to happen because everybody knows he's over the hill.
Would y'all call Stanionis a good fighter?
He was 39 years old at the time of the fight, bro.
Do you guys consider Stanionis a good fighter?
Let me read some of these super chats because I don't want to keep ignoring them. Let me read some. Drew says, "What am I missing? Gersha Hoff and Espinoza owns." God bless you, Julius. This has been one of the funniest lives I've seen since that one kid who thought he could draw, still undefeated. Danny Fantasma says he's using Canelo slander as a cop out to try to get out and try to get a reaction. He's trolling, has no substantial argument. He's probably sweating bullets. Hey, man, if you don't like Canelo, that's his prerogative. But I know you're not going to sell me no David Benavidez. I've been watching him, and I don't see shit special about him. I don't see nothing. You throw a lot of punches at a lot of people that can't fucking move. A lot of
I wouldn't say David is
a lot of flat-footed guys that don't fight on the balls of their feet, or a lot of guys that really can't punch. This dude Dirk is a PBC fanboy, probably is. Dirk on PBC. Oh, come on now, let's keep it cordial, gentlemen. Be nice.
Hey man, if you can't have that same energy in person, I wouldn't type that.
Oh, well, that's between you and Don, bro. Y'all take that up with each other, right? Yeah. All I'm telling you is, Dirk, that you can't sell me a fighter that hasn't fought anyone, because I don't. I keep that same energy for every fighter, male, female, yesterday, today. You have not fought no one, bro. No one.
But would you guys consider
like you gonna keep looking like that? It's kind of like what happened to Wilder. So it's exactly what happened to Wilder. It's exactly that. Yep. You fought 33 guys that sucked, and some people really thought, wow, all you did was knock out guys that was not world level. And as soon as you went in there with somebody that's world level, all that shit stopped. All of it.
Okay, but we all knew Wilder had no skill.
Now, I ain't going to get into the politics of it because it's very simple. Tyson Fury, when he fought Wilder, had a better resume than Wilder. And because he had a better resume, because I'm not just talking about names, I'm talking about the skills you show and the experiences that you have had that you will draw from in a fight. This is a man who fought an unbeaten Chisora. This is a man who fought Vladimir Klitschko and ended his reign. He has literally fought way better people than you. And when he fought you, that's what we saw. Mm-hmm. You look like you didn't know what the fuck to do with this guy, bro. You landed your right hand and it didn't finish the guy. It didn't. He got up. And when he got up, he wasn't on Quiz Street. He stepped into his jab and started coming forward. I remember that round.
IQ.
All of that.
IQ. That's a horrible example. Let me tell you why. Because even in Wilder early in his career, we could see this dude had a lot of flaws. We knew he had just the right hand.
No, that's not the point. Naseem Richardson, God bless the dead, a professional. He said Wilder got that cheat code. He got that cheat code. What did I maintain? One day you're gonna fight someone, and the right hand won't save you. I said,
almost did though.
Bro, almost doesn't count. You too
young.
Almost
didn't. It still didn't.
You too young to know the
only counts. Almost only counts with horseshoes and hand grenades. It's only
no, of course not. Yeah, Fury beat the shit out of him, but I'm saying that Wilder. I don't know why we're comparing Wilder to Boots.
Bro, in other words, I done been through this with different fighters that look different ways, and until you fight someone, we do not know what you are. It don't matter how you look against an old ass Dulorme because ain't nobody in this motherfucking building picking Dulorme to do nothing. Why? We all know he over the hill. We know.
Okay. Well, do you consider Stanionis a good fighter?
Has he beaten
a young fighter?
Yeah, but didn't Dulorme go 12 rounds with Stanionis?
Yeah, but
what does that mean?
I give you I'll give him that Dulorme did go the distance with Stanionis. He definitely did. Triangle theory, I get it. But triangle theories don't work.
If Boots and Stanionis fought, we don't know how to fight.
All I know is Stanionis was way more competitive with Dulorme than Boots was.
Okay, let me tell you a little story. Bernard Hopkins lost to Jermaine Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
Jermaine Taylor lost to Kelly Pavlik, and Kelly Pavlik lost to Bernard Hopkins.
Those are all great fighters.
It's not the point, bro. It's because you look like this with him, don't mean him gonna look that way with you. Triangle theories don't work. Oh, because you saying your argument is, he went 12 with Stanionis, right? And this guy, Boots, he beat the guy easier than Stanionis did. That's a triangle theory. And the control is Dulorme. But Dulorme don't tell us how it's gonna look when Stanionis and Boots fight. That don't tell us that.
We don't
know. He's gonna beat the dog shit out of Stanionis. I put the house on that.
You got to have, bro. Listen. You might even be right, but has it happened?
No.
So then, what you want me to do, bro?
And if I'm Stanionis, I wouldn't fight that nigga either because I'm one fighter or one.
I don't have time for this childish enthusiasm that you have. You got little kid. You got like what you giving me is little kid energy. I'm just being honest with you. The dude, have you fought Stanionis?
No.
But I'm saying. But then, if he hasn't even fought this man, what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to act like he fought him?
Jules, can I ask him something right quick? Just right quick. Dirk, let me ask you this. This is just on my mind. All right, so since you want, Benavidez to fight Canelo so bad, let's say we got that fight, right? And Canelo won. No matter how he won, he appointed him, he beat him, or he stopped him, whatever. If he won that fight, would you give Canelo credit afterwards?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Even though I don't like Canelo, how can you even say anything? Like, he would shut me up.
All right, Karen. All right. Karen Maciel, she says, to this clown, Berlanga KOs Benavidez and all 168. Te lo voy a decir ahora, Karen.
No, I know she don't believe that. Stop it.
Let me talk. Listen, I don't like Benavidez, but I feel that he would knock Berlanga's block off.
Also, why?
Porque el Berlanga lo tumbó ese argentino. So I
Malanga ain't
can't.
nothing
Pero
special.
muchas gracias para el super chat. I do appreciate it. Thank you for that. I do appreciate that.
Yeah.
Malanga ain't nothing
Muy
special.
lindo.
He's next. He's next.
Yeah,
Well,
Malanga ain't shit.
back to the point that I'm making. There were certain red flags that I have come to recognize over the years throughout my many travels in this boxing cosmos universe place thing, right? And when you see a fighter of a certain age and you see how he's matched and you start noticing common denominators in his opponents, that they have the same weaknesses or they're just in a shitty position, when you start to see this over and over and over, while the promoter who makes the fights is rejecting better fight. No, I need over $7 million. Bro, it's just Andre, bro. It's just Andre. You need $10 million for Andre? That's not even a $10 million fight, and you know that, which is why we talk about that here on this channel. When you hear some shit like that, if you don't hear a red flag, something wrong with you. Because ain't no reason that a big-ass 168 should be pricing himself out of a fight with a guy that ain't even fought at 168. That's a red flag. When Caleb was calling you out, I honestly thought at the time, you know what, Benavidez will fuck around and beat him. He probably would. But what'd your promoter say? Oh no, we gotta wait. Just kept saying that shit till everything got fucked up. Not only am I not gonna feel sorry for you, I'm gonna look at you funny like, yo, why every time they try to match you with a boxer, somebody that fight on the balls of their feet and got a decent stick, why is it that your promoter always acts squirrely? What's going on here? And then I look at who you fought. All these flat-footed guys can't move no way, standing square to you. It's like, yo, you fighting the same people over and over again. You're not fighting shit. So however you look is a fucking mirage. That's not how you develop a fighter. Shakur Stevenson is how you develop a fighter. All right?
Xander Zayas. That's how you develop.
That's how you do that shit. He done been in there with different guys that fight different ways. If you can't see that, not all these guys is the same. Oscar Valdez don't fight the same as Jamel Herring. Jamel Herring's a pure boxer who leads with the right. Oscar Valdez is an orthodox boxer puncher that's looking to knock you out. They're very different fighters. And when they willing to put you in there with different guys that got different styles, that tell me they believe in this kid. Because if they did, they'd match him softer. Now,
so IQ, Anthony Durrell.
I'm not done with my rant. Durrell was fucking old. And see, you didn't see the Yildirim fight. I could tell. You didn't see Durrell versus Yildirim, did you?
I thought Durrell won that fight.
He had to really fight Yildirim, bro. A dude that Eubank knocked out easy. You had to fight that dude. Eubank fought that dude when he was still an unbeaten fighter and knocked him out easy. Never struggled.
Which is funny because that same person somehow became mandatory for Canelo.
Yeah. One, you don't want to accept this, but he was Benavidez's mandatory first.
Okay.
You can look that up.
I don't care who's mandatory. He doesn't deserve it.
Oh, now you don't care.
Bro, listen. You can't waste my time like this. You want to tell a story where the WBC suddenly made him Canelo's mandatory. That is a lie that you are telling yourself. You can't tell it to me because I already knew he was mandatory before Canelo even went down there.
So it's not suspicious to you that his sparring partner became his mandatory somehow?
That's normal, man. I mean, like
George,
I don't understand what part of this you not getting. He was Benavidez's mandatory. Wait. He was Benavidez's mandatory before Canelo even beat Callum Smith. He was Benavidez's mandatory before Benavidez lost his title. What about that are you not understanding?
Because he doesn't like Canelo.
It got it because I'm like, yo, this is a matter of public record that Benavidez himself said, yeah, we're gonna fight Angulo and then we're gonna fight Yildirim after that. But the problem is you blew the fucking weight for Angulo and he still was the mandatory, but you wasn't a champion no more. What is it about that you're not understanding?
Look, all I know is Suleiman, whatever his name is.
Suleiman did not say none of the shit you saying, man.
Yes, he did. He's on video saying that shit.
Pull up the video showing. Let me pull up. You pull up your source and I'll pull up mine. Shelton, go ahead.
I was gonna say, did you remember? You remember what happened after the second time he lost his belt, right? You remember what Suleiman told him?
What he said?
He said, "Don't even worry about it. Go ahead and move up to 75. You're killing yourself at 68 anyway, and I'll make you the #1 contender for Beterbiev.
Oh, but he
I
don't
don't
want
remember.
that. He don't want to do that, did he, Shelton?
No, because he want to keep he want to keep draining himself. Now, this is from the WBC's own website, okay? What I'm about to post. All right? Make sure I get the WBC logo in it. I want you to see that. Hold on, let me put no.
Yeah, I just brought that up because this is the guy you say that everybody's ducking.
Ain't nobody ducking that kid, man, except Charlo, really.
Charlo ducks, but Charlo ducks everybody. So
Charlo's scared to death of that man, and I don't know why, because he ain't fight nobody. No,
Charlo fight, but Charlo only fights guys like Brandon Adams.
Real shit. Brandon Adams and Juan Macias Montiel.
Dennis Hogan.
Oh no, and the dog, Canine Bunder. He fights those guys.
Now I'm gonna post this for you, and I want you to read this for me, Dirk. All right. This is from the WBC's own website 3 years ago. Over 3 years ago, actually.
That corrupt ass organization.
Read that.
You gonna read it?
I see it.
What year is that up there, bro? What year is that?
2019.
November 19th, 2019, right? Now read what it says, man.
Hold up. WC super middleweight champion David Benavidez and challenger Avni Yildirim have an appointment to fight the mandatory super middleweight bout for the World Bouncing Council, which could take place January 25th. And I can't read that; it's too small.
All right, now I got a question for you, bro. Why do you keep telling me that the WBC made him mandatory for Canelo when he was already mandatory before Canelo even got that belt?
Look, man, nobody takes the WBC.
Fam, I'm being serious. If you can't be serious, please don't waste.
I'm being very serious.
Okay, so I'm asking you a question. Why do you keep lying to my face when I'm telling you lying?
These are the same people that slipped under the rug. This man cheated.
Bro, didn't I tell you? Did I not tell you right here? Yo, he was already mandatory for the green belt before Canelo even got it. Didn't I say that?
What does that mean? What does that matter?
You said they made him the mandatory for Canelo.
I said Canelo asked for it.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No,
my guy, this is embarrassing.
It came out of his own damn mouth.
No, it didn't.
Ain't this a bitch? Ain't this about a bitch?
Let me do this. This is some childish shit, fam. I'm damn near 40. I seen the whole thing. Even I was asking, how is this guy Benavidez mandatory if Yildirim if Durrell beat him? That don't make no sense. But they still made him Benavidez mandatory. They still did that. The only reason Canelo had to fight him is because Benavidez never did it. So why are you lying about some shit like this?
Well, this is the same WBC that let Canelo cheat and swept that shit under the rug.
What does that have to do with Yildirim, bro?
So they're gonna protect Canelo no matter what. So give him a little easy.
Bro, what does that have to do with the lie that you just told me?
It tells you that they'll let Canelo do whatever he wants.
What does that have to do with Yildirim? You said they made him the mandatory for Canelo when he was already mandatory before Canelo got that belt.
There's an article from Bleacher Report, August 18, 2020. It says right here, Canelo Alvarez ordered to fight Yildirim for WBC super middleweight title. The WC Board of Governors voted 36-1 in favor of ordering Canelo Alvarez to fight. That came from Bleacher Report. Doesn't come from some biased news source. That's Bleacher Report, who said that the WBC mandated that fight.
Yes, but and this is the thing. I don't know what he was doing at the time. Maybe he was preoccupied or whatever. Dirk, I don't know. But the original plan was, because Callum Smith had a WBC diamond belt, and because the belt was newly vacated, he used his diamond belt to try to get in position to fight for it. So there was a pocket where it was going to be Smith versus Yildirim. But Canelo made his way down after the Kovalev fight, say, hey, yo, I want to fight Smith for his WBA. They added the WBC to it, and the WBC said, okay, we'll let the title be on the line because Smith has the diamond belt. We'll let it be on the line, but you have to fight Yildirim afterwards because he's due a title shot. He was supposed to fight David, but David blew the weight. It's not a conspiracy.
Crickets.
I don't know why these kids lie so much about some basic ass shit. Like, that's some basic ass shit. David was getting ready to fight him, but he blew the weight. It is what it is.
Joe's just like, he doesn't like Canelo, but he likes David. That's it. That's the only explanation.
Like I said, he could love David. That shit ain't got nothing to do with me. He could love David.
I don't love David, but I definitely don't like Canelo and his fanboys.
See,
Bro,
that's
cool. But Canelo's fanboys, Canelo's, for all the shit that you telling me about fanboy this and fanboy that, you a Benavidez fanboy lying about shit like this.
No, I'm not a Benavidez fanboy. I just think he can beat Canelo.
Damn, no, you a Benavidez fanboy because you literally tried to lie about this, bro.
No,
and for
not
what?
at all.
And for what? And for what? I don't understand what you hope to achieve by lying about shit like this. Do you think that you convinced anybody on this panel? Do you think that you convinced anybody on? Don't you know what you convinced us all of? That you're willing to lie, because we all see this shit with our own two eyes.
Well, that's the thing about human beings. We're gonna believe what we believe, and nobody's gonna change our minds.
And you can believe whatever you want. You the one trying to change my mind about him.
I'm not trying to change your mind. I'm just telling you what I think.
I already knew the facts about him before you jumped on. I already knew you was the one that was supposed to fight Yildirim, but your fat ass blew the weight.
How can you deny when you have actual proof that says something? You'll still deny it. We're presenting truth. We say, look, these are from these.
Bro, he don't want the truth. He want the narrative.
But the WBC is corrupt. That's what he keeps saying. Oh, they corrupt though.
Well, I'll tell you what. If the WBC, if the WBC is corrupt, I guess they corrupt in favor of David because they made Yildirim his mandatory.
Exactly.
If they I ain't even going to say they not corrupt. They are corrupt. How do I know? How do I know the WBC is corrupt? Yildirim lost to Durrell, but they still made him Benavidez mandatory. How the fuck you mandatory if you lost?
Benavidez would have fought him. He would have fought him. So the thing is, you're upset about
Canelo. No. The fuck he would not have fought him.
He was just mandatory. How many times do we have to tell you that?
If he doesn't blow the weight, sir, he fights him. So
he wouldn't have. He would have avoided that Benavidez like the plague.
Do you not understand that it was mandated? Do you not see the article?
But now you seem silly. Now you sound silly, bro.
You read the goddamn article, sir. You read it on the screen, and you're denying what you read.
No. I'm saying if David, which is his fault, if he didn't get popped for coke, Canelo would not even be at 168.
Yes, he would be.
Yes, he would.
No, he wouldn't.
Bro. Yes, he would have.
Based on what?
No, he'd be scared.
He would have fought David.
Based on what?
He would have fought David.
Do you understand?
It's been fun, Jules, but this guy
keep picking on these UK bums that like to fight.
Arguments. Well, this is what I think would have happened. Based on what? You don't even know who.
Also, didn't Canelo say he wouldn't fight Mexicans? Can you imagine if Crawford said he wouldn't fight black fighters?
Jules, it's been fun, bro, but this guy's making my head hurt.
It's all right. I got some more for him. Because he just told
me. Am I lying? Did he not say I would not fight Mexicans?
You told me. You just told me, and it's recorded. I'm going to have fun with you. You just told me that Benavidez would not have fought Yildirim, right?
No. I said Canelo would not have fought Benavidez.
Bro, it's recorded already. It's too late.
Okay.
You said that he would avoid him. He would have avoided David.
Look at that.
What does that say?
Look at that. Benavidez, Yildirim fight is next. He'll have extremely tough time with me.
That's a complete. That would have been a horrible fight to watch. Who wants to watch David?
Listen. Now let me talk. Listen, the fantasy shit is over, right? Now, if you think it's cute that you like playing some denial type shit, it's not cute, bro. You looking retarded right now. You literally said all this dumbass shit that got proven wrong. You said all this dumbass shit. You said they made him Canelo mandatory. No, the fuck they didn't. He was mandatory already. That's proven. You said David wouldn't fight him. Yes, David was going to fight him. And those is David's own words.
I didn't say that. That second part, I did not say that.
So when I play this back, we'll see what you didn't say, bro.
You said that Yildirim would have avoided him. That's what you said. You said Yildirim would have.
That's
avoided
exactly what
fighting
you said.
David.
That's exactly what you said.
All right, Cameron says, clearing up that Dirk is a clown. I appreciate that, Cameron. I appreciate that, man. Like, look, man, at least I got to make some money, so this wasn't a complete waste of time, because I was making my money on the side, so it wasn't a complete waste of time. But listen, Dirk, all you proved is that you're willing to lie and not make sense, and you think that the world gives a fuck about your eye test, and no, it doesn't. It doesn't matter what you believe. I don't care who you think wins a boxing match. I don't base my opinions on anything based on Dirk. Dirk is high on a dude that got knocked down by Ronald Gavril.
But flipping
Why
that,
would I listen to Dirk?
But flipping that, do you care what our opinions are? If we started talking about our opinions of why we thought something would happen, you're thinking the whole time we're talking, I don't care what this guy thinks. But you can't argue when we say, well, this is the proof that something happened. Because what do I hear?
All I said was, I think David Benavidez beats Canelo, and you motherfuckers think I'm crazy.
Bro, I don't care. Listen. It's cool that you think that. I don't actually care who you think wins any boxing match on this planet.
You keep saying that, but then every time I say it,
I'm not trying to tell you. Listen, if you picking David, then pick him. But what the fuck does that have to do with all the lies you told?
What lies?
You said that they made him Canelo's mandatory. No, he was David's mandatory, bro.
Okay.
What's the point in lying? In other words, why should I believe anything you say? Or why should I take any time out to talk to you and listen to you when all you gonna do is lie?
I'm not lying.
Also, you did lie. You did lie.
You lied several times.
You did. And also, I stand on it. Canelo would not have moved up to 168 if David Benavidez was still champion.
Good for you, bro.
Yo, listen, I got a cool story for you, bro. Check this shit out. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. If my aunt had a dick, she'd be my uncle. None of the shit you saying is real. None of the shit you saying is real. You know what I could turn around and say to your bullshit? Maybe your fat ass David hadn't blew the weight. He would have been in a conversation for Undisputed. But you wasn't. What? You didn't have a belt. Whose fault is that?
I'm sure he thinks it's Canelo's fault.
That's David's fault.
You know what the funniest shit about this guy is? I have videos. Go back to any video I did in 2019. I said, listen, man, David, you better get Caleb in the ring, because when Canelo's done with Kovalev, after he knock him out, he's coming to 168. Now, is it my imagination, or where did Canelo go after he knocked out Kovalev?
68.
Who didn't have a belt when he got there?
David.
David.
When did he officially fight Callum Smith? Who knows?
December 2020.
All right. Now you had all that time to get it popping at this weight. You first won your WBC title in 2017, and from 2017 till now, you literally still have not fought shit. So I'm not high on you.
So Canelo said, wait a minute. You mean to tell me all I got to do is beat Callum Smith, Billy Ho Saunders, and whatever the other dude's name was, and I become undisputed?
That was planned. And what are wrong with those guys? They were all undefeated.
It ain't even that, Dirk. If it's that easy, why didn't David do it?
Thank you.
Well, because David doesn't have a backing around him, and fighting David is not like fighting Canelo.
David couldn't fight Caleb Plant?
He tried to fight Caleb Plant.
No, he didn't. That's on camera. This is
also,
what I mean.
I know you're smarter than that, bro.
Fam, listen, fam. I'm not going to keep doing this childish shit. I saw his promoter on camera with Fred Hawthorne. Fred asked him, yo, when are we going to get Caleb Plant? No, y'all got to wait. That's what he said. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. He make David's fights. Not you, Dirk. Not you. You don't make fights. You're not a promoter. His promoter said no, not yet. That's all I need to know. You want to argue about how you feel about it? Tell your fucking therapist, not me. I don't care about none of that shit. I know what the fuck I saw. I can literally go to the video right now because Caleb posted it on his Instagram. That's where I go to get the video whenever I need the video to show it to somebody like you.
That's cool. Either way, fighting Canelo and Dave Benavidez is not the same. It's not the same level of risk.
Fam. It's not my job to worry about the risks, bro. It's not my job. David must have thought.
Yeah, you're right. It's not your job. It's the fighter's job, and that's what I'm saying.
So, in other words, you telling me that David thought that Caleb was too risky, but Canelo didn't?
No, well, fighting. No, I'm saying on Caleb
thought it was
Plant's
risky,
point of view.
bro? Who thought it was risky? Who thought it was risky?
Caleb Plant.
Oh, so Caleb didn't want to fight David?
Oh
no.
God.
So
David beat the shit out of him, and he knows it.
Fam, did you hear what I just told you? Or are you slow?
No, I don't think you heard it all, Jules.
I heard what you said.
Dirk. No, Dirk. On some real shit. Are you stupid or something?
I heard exactly what you said, but
then what the fuck are you not understanding, bro?
What are you arguing about still for then?
You trying to say that?
No. Listen, I'm done. Yo, listen, I'm done because this kid is telling me that David Benavidez's promoter could be on camera delaying this fight on camera, saying it in plain English, and he still don't motherfucking understand. So what the fuck do I get from talking to you, bro?
It's Caleb's fault still somehow.
But it's Caleb's fault. Are you slow, yo? Are you slow? Do you have a learning disability?
How do you know there's not nuance behind him saying that? Maybe
how do you know? What the fuck do you know when you had to lie about Yildirim?
What more nuance do you have? What nuance do you have to have when the guy says, the promoter says on camera, we're not ready to make the fight yet. We have to let it marinate. And your retort, sir, is nuance. You speak English. We've been communicating. You listen to English. You understand English. So when someone says something right to a camera, your response is, no, I don't believe it, nuance. Now, who's crazy, sir?
Or it's Caleb's fault. You think it's Caleb's fault.
So David Benavidez and his team avoided Caleb Plant.
There's video proving.
Bro, that's what we've been saying.
Bro, why is his promoter on camera saying in plain English, no, we don't want to do that right now? You explain it.
I need to see that video. I need to see it to
believe it.
Go to
Caleb Plant's Instagram. Scroll down to 2019 because that's when the video is from. Look at the date and you'll see the video with Fred Hawthorne of Barbershop Conversations because he's the one that did the interview. And if you don't want to believe it after that, yo, dog, I suggest you go play in traffic because I don't know.
God help you, bro. That's on you.
I don't know.
How old is
I don't know what has to be wrong with a 24-year-old man that he has to lie about little shit like, bro, this is simple, all right? It's simple. This is not fucking algebra we talking about. I even pulled the motherfucking shit up for you so I could show you that what the fuck you saying is bullshit. Now, you could go to somebody else and waste their time with this bullshit because if I wasn't getting these motherfucking super chats, believe you me, I wouldn't be talking to you. I'm only talking to you so that people could play this back and see what's wrong with this kid.
Jules, you're going to have fun with this. Please tell me you're going to have fun
Bro,
with this.
Listen, by the end of the night, two things is going to happen. This live will make over $100 and 2,000 people will know something is wrong with Dirk. That's the only thing that's going to happen. That's the only thing that's going to happen.
You can agree to disagree. It is what it is.
What can you disagree about?
Listen, there's nothing for you to disagree with me about because the video exists and other people have seen it. I know because I've shown it on this channel. I don't know in how many videos. Your real problem is you believe things and nobody gives a fuck. That's your problem.
Okay, that's cool. You don't have to agree with me. That's cool.
It's not, not agree. There's nothing for me to agree with you about. I'm speaking facts and you're talking bullshit.
Well, and I think you're wrong.
No. You're talking bullshit. You're talking bullshit based on your imagination and the Seroquel you need to be taken because the shit you saying don't even make sense. Caleb's promoter is on camera saying, no, we don't want to do that fight right now.
No, David's promoter.
You know what the funny shit is? Caleb's own David's own promoter, you know what he called Caleb Plant? An A-level fighter. That's what he thinks. The same guy that's delaying the fight is saying that Caleb is an A-level fighter? So what, you don't want to make fights with your fighter and A-level fighters? But Canelo fought that dude easy because he actually had what Canelo wanted, a belt. Not a handout, a belt. You need a belt. Do you have a belt? No? All right, then you not on the docket, bro.
Well, Canelo wasn't exactly in a hurry to get it to 168 before.
What you mean he wasn't in a hurry, bro?
When Benavidez was champion, he wasn't in a hurry to get up there, was he?
I'm about to take the gloves off. Check this shit out, bro. David wasn't in a hurry to unify with shit. He been there longer than Canelo didn't unify shit. Didn't fight shit.
He tried to.
No, he didn't. You full of shit. You a fucking liar. Who the fuck he tried to fight? A dude from middleweight?
Well, look, making a fight with Canelo is easy. That's
champion. You tell me, bro. What champion he tried to fight? Tell me, please. Who?
Caleb Plant.
Okay, Jules.
He called him out plenty of times.
His promoter's the one that delayed the fight, bro. Are you slow? Are you stupid or something? What's the highest level of education you got? Tell me. Tell me.
Second grade at the most.
No, I'm a guess. You didn't make it out the 9th grade, did you?
Look, you don't gotta agree with what I'm saying, but bro, look,
I'm reading your mind, bro. I know you didn't make it past the 9th grade. I know you didn't.
I'm not even gonna respond to that, but
because something is wrong with you, bro. Something wrong with you.
Just because I don't go with church.
Listen, and here's the kicker. Before I close it out, I'm gonna end up making money off of people that play this back to see how stupid you are. Congratulations.
Okay,
that's all, folks.
Look, why are you in your feelings?
By the way, Jules, can I add one thing before you go?
Bye, Dirk. Can
I add one thing before? Okay, I just want to add one thing before he left, but it's cool. I'll still say it anyway.
That's some bullshit right there.
We may be, Jules, we may be Canelo fans, but at least we pay for boxing, unlike Dirk, who probably steals it.
Listen, it ain't even that. It's that only thing that happened tonight is I made money, and now people know how stupid Dirk is. That's it. Nothing's going to change. Canelo's still going to be the cash cow. He's still going to have a better resume than David. Nobody's going to give a fuck about what Dirk thinks about boxing. And that's it.
Good show, Jules. Good show tonight, though, Jules.
It's been a great show. It's been a lucrative show.
Very.
I feel bad for him. He's in denial. Let's read some super chats. Julius is Joe Budden 2.0. Yo, listen, like I said it at the top of this live. There are people that think that by repeating themselves or being in denial, they're accomplishing something. All you did was make me money off of how fucking stupid you sound. Congratulations.
Yes, it is.
Congratulations. Because if you sounding that dumb, there are 268 people in here listening to how fucking stupid you sound. Congrats.
I don't think so much.
There's an old saying on my planet. When you know somebody is stupid, you don't have to prove it. Just let them talk.
I don't think he's in denial. I think that he'll listen to facts. He maybe even later on through the night, potentially he'll play it back and he'll understand those facts. I think the problem is he doesn't want to accept them, because the moment that he would accept those things as being facts, he would have to force himself to potentially change how he feels and thinks. And he doesn't want to do that because he has the agenda. He's the one who's in his feelings, ironically enough, because we will all say, you know what? We like Canelo. He's a good fighter. He's not perfect. Not everything he's done is perfect. He can lose. He can win. We're going to enjoy what he does. But you know what? There'll be other fighters where he specifically says, I have an agenda. I don't like Canelo. I don't like Canelo's family.
Let me say the hurtful stuff, right? Because Dirk is still listening. Dirk, nobody gives a fuck what you want to see, Dirk. Nobody gives a fuck about you, Dirk. If he don't fight David Benavidez, who fucking cares? Jay, do you care?
Fuck no.
Villain, do you give a shit?
You know what? At this point, I don't want him to fight because I'm a spiteful motherfucker. So yeah,
I hope they fucking never fight. Candace, do you hope they never fucking fight? Cause fuck Dirk.
I don't give a fuck. If Canelo fights him up, power to him. If he don't, he don't. Dude, just go back to your baby crib and go back to fucking bed already, man. God damn.
Motherfucker. For speaking the facts, I appreciate the super chat. Shout out to my man Martin Munoz and my man motherfucking Rodolfo Lama Jr. I appreciate the cash app, y'all. You know, because Dirk, this is the shit, right? You gotta come to me, bro, because you give a fuck what I think. You see how that works, yo? It ain't gonna be a moment in a day where I stop to go ask Dirk what he think about boxing. And the only reason I let you on was so I could embarrass you and make money at the same time. Because people love when I fucking do that. Come on back, Dirk. Everybody, it's been a pleasure.
Been a pleasure, Jules.
Good night, everybody. Have a
Good night,
evening.
y'all.